Hi, Genki Call here with Forest of Thorns for the week of September 12th, 2022. I've got your campaign tasks, what you can get with your event keys, and upcoming events for the week. Let us start with the campaign tasks. I have them right here, courtesy of Hawks and Gary, the amazing Hawks and Gary. For gold, we have use a Forest of Thorns team for 15 wins and use the Woodland banner for 15 wins. For silver, craft 2 summoning stones, win 3 dungeon battles, win 10 ranked PvP battles, complete 2 adventure boards, so that's 2 days. For bronze, open 30 gold chests, 2 event chests, use a bow for 3 wins, use the archer class for 3 wins. It's so little. Get 10 green kills, use a vault key to kill 1 treasure gnome, kill Yasmin's Chosen 1 time, match 60 green gems in battle, explore Forest of Thorns 1 time at difficulty 3+, and earn 150 gold in battle. As for the event keys, before we do that, let's head into the shop and the weekly event and grab our, nope, let's do resources first. Spoils of War are more important because every event key you get is 1 more chance at a mythic. It's a fantastic deal. I recommend getting your spoils every week if you can. So we'll do that. Then we'll head over to the weekly event. And we'll grab our glory troop. So this guy comes with these resources that you see here. Every week I get these up to mythic level. It says right here at the bottom, and I do that for multiple reasons. First of all, it's a guaranteed level 20 troop for the kingdom, whatever the kingdom is that week. And that is invaluable for getting your power levels up later on. And the other is, look at the resources. This is super useful if you are lower level. Getting all of these trait stones, just really a great deal. Saves you a ton of grinding. So we've got that. And I'll go over the troop when we get in here. The troops that you can get this week with your event keys are as follows. Alright, let me order these by base rarity, and I am missing one. So sad. King Bloodwood, I am missing. I must have him for my power level. So he does heavy splash damage to an enemy boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. So every entangle and every bleed, both, are an extra 8 damage. And then steals 10 life from all enemies. So every time you cast, if there are 4 enemies, you're getting an extra 40 life. He has skull damage reduction by 33%, and he will entangle and bleed a random enemy when matching 4+ gems, which means he could be good with Tannenbaum, who does triple damage to entangled enemies for skulls. Then we have Yasmin's Chosen. She can actually loop very nicely. She does scatter damage boosted by entangled enemies. That's a max of an extra 40 damage, but it's scatter damage, which is not that great. It's not even true scatter damage. She's really not a fantastic mythic, but she can loop very nicely with the right team, so you can just cast and cast and cast. Not as good as, Queen Beatrix or Gob Truffle, but still, she can, well, I mean, you can run them with her, but anyway. Again, we've got the Entangle random enemy when matching green gems. You don't even need a match for. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. That is, every 1 magic is an extra damage here. It's not going to add up very quickly, but, it's something. You will not be able to get the Alderfather. Alderfather is from Primal Rift, the faction attached to this kingdom. You will not be able to get him or... Hold on, let me scroll down here. Redthorn or... Hold on a second. Hold that thought. We must. And come on. There we go. Got that done. Just a little sidestep there. We're going to go over him in a minute. You won't be able to get the green golem, and the last one you will not be able to get is... Oh no, you will not be able to get the Ori, because we found him in a blind forest. Ori in the blind forest. Ha ha ha! They made it funny. Anyway, you will not be able to get this in the event key drop table because he is only available via Guild Wars as a reward. And then the last one is the Dark Dryad. Other than Dryad, Other than that, everything you see here is something that you could get from your event keys this week. Gloomleaf, wow. At high levels, like in the Tower of Doom, he was really dangerous. Steel armor and 5 attack from all enemies. You know, as far as our teams go, maybe he would work out okay in a delve where you've got that boost from your horde and from your kingdom power level, or not power level, but your kingdom level. He also reflects 50% of skull damage, so yeah, he can be really dangerous with that in the right situation. As far as using him on my own team, I've never actually used him. King Avalon, on the other hand, is one that I would recommend trying for because King Avalon gives all elf allies a 50% mana start. He also does damage to all enemies with a little boost. So elf, elemental, and beast allies. So you could have an elemental beast or an elf elemental or something. It's both of those, and it's an extra 3 points for each of those that match up. And he has these immunities as well, so he's a good troop. So Vanamura is really fun in delves. She does explodes a column, deals damage to all enemies. She entangles the first enemy on 4+ gem matches, making her great to run with Tannenbaum because it's the first enemy. It's not just a random enemy, it's the first enemy. So you're guaranteed to have that first enemy entangled as long as they're not immune to the entangle, of course. Werestag, this is another significant troop because, no, this is not the one I'm thinking of. My bad. I'm thinking of a different one. Hold on. This one, this one deals with lycanthropy, and it can be really good with one of the Hatir or Scroll, I can't remember which, that takes... Yeah, it can be really good with that one troop, and I have a team for that, but I haven't made a video on it. But yeah, it deals with lycanthropy. I don't like lycanthropy, but in the right team, he can be useful. Feymark is our God Slayer, and that means 3 to 5 times damage to raid boss, any of the new gem dragons, anything with a red border, including things in the dungeon. If there's a red border, he's going to do that 3 to 5 times damage with his spell, and if you have him traded and at the front of the team with skulls as well. So that's a good troop to have. The Forest Troll is definitely a good one to have. Double the number of green gems on the board, then create 3 more green gems. He's got the skull damage reduction by 33%, and he entangles when he does skull damage. So he's a really, really good troop. You can run him with an elemental start, like with Mirage Queen. You can run him with Titan to get a 50% start from the giant side. Just a really solid troop. As far as mana gen goes, as is the Green Seer. Now, she is underrated in my opinion. Transform any color you want to green and entangle a random enemy, but you can loop like crazy with her, except that it's to green and it doesn't feed back into herself. If it fed back into herself, she would be crazy powerful, but either way, she is a very good mana generator for green. I used to use her all the time. Iron Bark is our siege breaker, so like I said, with the raid boss, the Godslayer, this is for towers. So when we do invasion, he does this damage to towers. Lady Anariel creates 8 blue and 8 green gems. All allies gain 40 life. You know, she's a useful troop, and I don't ever use her because there are troops that do this better, in my opinion. Lord Archimedes does scatter damage. You know, he's got a boost at ×6. He silences the first enemy, which is super helpful, and he's immune to silence himself, but still, unless you're doing an event, not super useful. Lord Bellinor, on the other hand, he starts with 50% mana, he's got immunities, and he does damage to 2 enemies, so that's always nice. And it will hit them. It's not like splash damage. It will hit them even if there are 2 empty spots between them. It will hit the troop that you target plus whatever's below it. Even if it is stealthy, even if it's 2 spaces away, it will hit them. So nice for, lost my train of thought. Events where you have that nice boost from metals and whatnot. So, not available. Rowan is the best. Are you kidding me? She is one of the most powerful troops in the entire game. You buff her, it's scatter damage, but it's boosted by her armor. Times two. Her armor, times two. And you hit her with the Shield of Urskaya, that pops up so much, you just will destroy everything with Rowan. She is amazing. You will have her just from completing the storyline at Forest of Thorns, though. So keep that in mind. Of course, you'll probably already have her. Now, the new Emerald Giant, this new troop, the Glory Troop, does damage to an enemy, converts 5 brown gems to green giant gems, and as you know, those green giant, or the giant gems, are amazing. Every time you match one, it explodes and gives you a bonus 5 mana for that color. Also, really nice traits here. It has skull damage reduction, it poisons enemies with skull damage, and creates a green giant gem when he takes skull damage. So he's actually perfect to put at the front of the team. I love it that we've got the synergy going on with the traits. I just really appreciate that about this troop. So I'm excited to see that they have put together. I mean, it's like they actually thought about it before they threw it out there. I love that. Anyway, Archdruid, life and magic to an ally. If the ally is an elemental, give double the effect. It's okay. The immunities are nice, of course. The dandelion just either conjures a leaf storm, or he'll conjure a leaf storm and either disease, entangle, or poison all enemies. You know, if you're doing fighting a skull spamming team, it could work, but it might not entangle them. So I don't like fighting it, but I never use it. This one, attack and life to the first ally with a boost here, times 2. We do have the nature link, which is very nice, an extra green mana every time you match green gems, so that is super nice. Can't get Owl Rider. This one has the air link, so bonus yellow mana. Damage to the weakest enemy, and if they die, destroy all purple gems. Destroy means taking them from the board as if they were matched and giving them to your team. Well, if you need purple, I don't, it's okay. Thorn Knight will remove all red gems. This is just going to remove them. The only thing it's going to do is deny that color to your enemies and then boost your spell as well and entangle them. He also has immunities. The Treant. Treant is important because of Primal Rift, because when you do Pure Faction at Primal Rift, the Alder Father is going to summon a Treant or a green golem. You have to hope that he will summon a Treant because it's the only way you're going to get through the Pure Faction. That's my understanding anyway. But the Treant has skull damage reduction by 50% and will remove all brown gems, gain a bunch of attack and armor boosted by the gems removed. It's a 4-to-1 ratio, so it's not a lot of gain from the brown gems, but this is really going to be significant in a delve environment when you've got that nice boost from your horde, and you're going to have this guy as high level as you can get him to do the Primal Rift. I might even upgrade this guy. I might even medal this for when I do Pure Faction at Primal Rift. That's a side note. Anyway, Vine Martin. Vine Martin is deadly in Arena and really nice in events as well, because he's doing a lot of damage. Destroy a column, that's as if it was matched. Deal damage to the last enemy boosted by brown gems destroyed. This thing just absolutely kills. So you get a bunch of brown gems with the ×5 boost ratio. He can hit really hard, but he only hits one enemy. He's immune to entangle, a stealthy, and starts blooper. Starts battles with 75% mana. Can't get Dryad, life to an ally, heals them. So if they were at full health already, say this was white or green, if it's not orange, it's not going to do anything. It's just healing them. And if they're not missing any life, it's not going to add extra to them, but it will barrier them and create 8 green gems. And you've got the nature link here as well. Hippogriff, Hippogriff. Damage to an enemy, and if they're hunters marked, deal triple damage, which is very nice. You can run this with anything that does hunter's mark. You can run it with something that a class that does it. You can use wild hunter. You can use what's it called? There is eagle eye, eagle something. Wild Hunter and Eagle Eye, they both have this trait mass marked, where they are going to Hunter's mark the entire enemy team. So that could work very, very well with me. Go. Oops. I hate that it does that now. Since they upgraded the search, it's screwed that up. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Alright, just a couple more here. The Owl Bear does damage to an enemy and eliminates a little attack. No big deal. Wood Rhinax, really nice in Arena, but otherwise it's okay. It has some... It is a bounty hunter, which is nice, but I don't ever use this guy for a bounty. And then the Ori you cannot get with your... Sorry, Ori. You cannot get it with your event keys. And lastly, we have the Glade Warden, who's going to remove all green gems. Deal damage boosted by the gems removed. So if you remove 9, you'll get an extra 3 damage. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. And then this is very nice, though. 50% chance to ignore armor with skull damage, but no skull damage reduction. Anyway, that's what you can get with your event keys this week. There are a couple of really good things in there, but nothing really super amazing. As for what we've got coming up, okay, hold on. I nearly forgot. Not so jolly green giant. Green giant, yum. That's probably before your time. So this week, Forest of Thorns troops get plus 10% to their skills, as do giants. So giants from Forest of Thorns will get plus 20% to their skills. And if you take this guy into PvP, you'll get an extra 5 glory per battle. Not that great. But, you know, if you find the right team, I suppose that would be good. As for upcoming events for the week, we've got, this is Avalon's Hound on Wednesday. For Tuesday, I'm going out of order here, we have the Primal Rift faction, which I was just talking about with the Dryad and the Older Father. Thursday, we've got Archer class, which is a very, very nice class. I like it a lot. It was the first class with the Nature's Aura Green Storm at the start of battle that I maxed out. And then on Friday we have Raid Boss. Why does it not say anything here? Anyway, we have Raid Boss. Oh, and I almost forgot. No, it's that time again. It's Guild Wars time. All right, be sure to go in here, set your sentinels. I will put some tutorials here at the end of the video. There will be thumbnails that you can click on to explain all of this, setting up your defense teams and all of that. But since we're here, this already says brown. I'm just going to go ahead and set these. So this will be red. And I may change these things out. I may not. I don't know. That's already yellow. This one should be purple, which is right here. And lastly, we have green. So at the very end here, since we're talking about it, you should have this. This should say 2000, and then when it changes in a second, it should say 24 different troops. So I have one troop that is doubled up here. Yep, I'm not sure what it is, but I will find it and I will fix it. As Leprechaun. So I just need to fix that and then we'll be all good to go. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. Please like and subscribe. I'll have those thumbnails for you here on the screen like right now. And we'll see you folks soon. Bye-bye!